Now, it's not about having extra money. It's about making sure that you set aside money so that you can start building your wealth, consolidating your wealth, and protecting your wealth. Right, Ndu?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You have a conversation, first of all, with yourself, and you say, okay, so Ndu, what am I going to do? How do I start this? And then you realize you don't have the answers. So then what do? Is that you talk to the folks who've been in the business for 100 years. And they've been able to guide many, many people through this. And folks have been able to get to the point whereby they're able to actually start to look at the little that you have, the lot that you have, and put it towards making sure it can become something for you in the future. We're talking about priority banking with Standard Chartered. You're going to send them an email, wealth.kenya@sc.com. Somebody will definitely respond to your email. You'll come in, you'll have a chat, and they'll let you know how you can start to create, grow, and manage your wealth.
Indeed, and that's very, very, very important. So we are going to have two guests, and we'll be talking about, how music, drama, and all can help shape young minds into big minds. And we are now joined by Nyabia Sieke, who's a singer and actor at Brookhouse School, and Ian Bogwa, who is a teacher. That's it. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning.
How are you?
Salama salamin.
Very good. Welcome to the hot seat of the situation.
Asante sana. It's
been a long time
It's
coming.
been a while.
Aye, surely, man. But
It's happened. This is the right time.
Yes.
Yes.
Things happen at the right time.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Things
Kabisa.
do happen at the right time.
Yeah.
Nyabia, you've also, here you are.
Hi,
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
That is the hot seat of the situation room. How does it feel? Is it warm?
Not yet.
Does it feel
Yes.
not hot, right?
Yeah.
It's just warm and comfortable.
Yes.
Yes, we are going to make it even more comfortable when Siti here tells you about juice and the health benefits of fresh juice. Not just juice that's come from anywhere, but juice that, you can track back and say, this is a mango or an orange that came from this particular farm and it ripened right in the farm. And then it has been squeezed and packed for you and then brought to you in a pack. Siti.
Yes, please.
Hey.
She's under the table.
Hey,
Yes,
Father Christmas. Santa Claus.
Ian, spot on.
Very good.
It is good to see you.
Nice to see you after
Very-
decades. Yes.
Very many decades.
Yes. It
Yes,
is.
as
You
you can
guys are
see.
seeing each other after very many decades.
Yeah, well, we are seeing each other. Those are the
Yes.
stories of decades. That's for us to talk about, not you.
Okay.
You all know about fruits, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a company that's in Thika that has a setup that does something very unique. It takes fruit and they liquefy it. So when you use the word juice, you're not just talking about some chemical concoction. You're talking about
Liquefied fruit.
liquefied fruit that has been packaged for you in liquid form. And beyond just the lovely taste, there are nutritional benefits that come along with it. There are benefits that clearly are intended to improve your health. Now, just so that I can actually cement that particular process, I am actually going to give the two of you 2 packets of these juices. And you will decide which one you want.
Oh, wow.
There is
What's on the menu?
there is Del Monte Gold. There's mango pineapple blend. There's Canberry apple blend. Then there's pineapple slices in syrup. That's what they call it, but these are just slices of joy and delight. Yes. Then there is 100% pure apple juice. What would you like?
Cranberry apple
Cranberry apple. Here we are.
and apple juice. Yes.
Okay. Now, given
You do like your apple.
and
Nabi.
given
I
that
see
you are
that, eh?
growing, this is also for you.
Thank you.
Ian, you will have the mango pineapple,
Asante sana.
and then you'll also have the Del Monte Gold pineapple. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what's on the Del Monte Gold pineapple? What are they written there?
It's more or less the same, but I think this is
It's golden.
It's gold. It's gold. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ian is happy. When you're happy,
Yeah.
is when you read and wonder, is this really happening?
Yes,
Touch it.
you can't read whatever is
Am I really the one who has received this? Yes.
Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
go enjoy this juice with family
Absolutely.
over Christmas. Okay. Siti will now welcome you with the day's proverb. So Nyabia, just listen to this man. So he is a retired teacher. So he knows how to package questions nicely for you to fail. But this one,
No pressure.
he's going to give us every week he goes to an African country and he comes up with proverbs from that country. And then every day he brings one proverb. And the job of a guest is you listen to the proverb and tell us your own interpretation of it. Remember, there is no wrong answer.
Exactly.
Okay? It's your own interpretation. Sawa? Okay.
Our proverbs for the whole of this week have been from the People's Republic of Mozambique. And this is the final day of the proverbs. The proverb for today: there are no shortcuts to the top of a palm tree.
There are no shortcuts to the top of a palm tree.
Yes.
What do you think that proverb is saying, Yabia?
That in life there's no shortcuts to make it to the top, and you have to work hard for what you want to achieve. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you guys are doing a wonderful job in that.
This,
You articulated this thing very beautifully. Clearly,
Well
succinct
done.
to the point. Yes.
Well done. Yep.
Okay, Ian, what do you think this proverb is saying?
How do you get to the top of a coconut tree? You can't take a lift. You just have to climb up. There are no shortcuts. For you to get up there, you're not going to fall down from somewhere and just land on top. You've got to work your way up. No shortcuts. So work hard to get to the top.
very
As
good.
Lou would say, voila.
Voila.
Yes.
C'est ça.
C'est ça. C'est tout.
Very good. So, Ian, what is the Brookhouse School?
Brookhouse is an international school in Nairobi. It's got two campuses, one in Karen and one in Kiambu. But we like to call it Runda.
Oh, Kiabu.
Kiambu, Runda. It's British national curriculum, and it's one of the top schools in the region. Top in terms of almost everything. Our results are the best. Like the results we've just had from last year's IGCSE were the top, were the best we've ever had. Our students, when they finish Brookhouse, 100% of them go to universities. Sometimes league, the league
The Ivy
university,
Leagues,
Ivy League, and many with partial or full scholarships.
Wow.
Yes.
What do you teach there?
I teach performing arts.
What's that?
Anything to do with that's music, drama, verse speaking, debate, anything to do with performing arts, I will be involved.
So, is this an extra core curricula or is it?
It is co-curricular. We're not just academics. We're not just books. We bring out the whole child completely, both academics and also in the arts and sports. Yes.
Yabia, how old are you and what grade are you in?
I'm 12 turning 13 in
It's important to say
How many
13.
days? We've been counting the days. It should be 13.
15 days, I think. 15.
Okay. So you're 15. Yeah, you're 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are the 15 days that are blur.
Yeah.
Who's counting?
Yeah.
So, as a 13-year-old, what grade are you in?
I'm in year 8.
Now, you are a performing artist, right?
Yes.
And what is that, and what do you do?
A performing artist, I think, is someone who performs on stage. Like, they do drama, verse speaking, like you said, debate and stuff. But I mostly focus on drama and singing, like music Yeah.
How did you get into that?
For a long time, I've been singing and drama. Like, since I was 3, I started singing, but I started taking vocal lessons at 5. And then I continued with that. Then when I came to Brook House, they helped me nurture it. And I took vocal lessons with my vocal coach called Mrs. Kaleen. And there's Christmas carols and all these things like tea time concert and festivals that help kids like sing and stuff. So that got me into it more. And for drama, I used to do poems a lot. Like there was a poem I did, I think it was called My School Has Flowers, and I got to the regionals, which were to take place in Mombasa, but then COVID happened, so it didn't work out. And then when I started acting in Zora for, I'd say, 2 years. Then when I came to Brook House, they did drama and all sorts of stuff. So I've acted in 3 plays, Sleeping Beauty and the Ugly Truth, Macbeth, and there's one more play that is in production right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's interesting to hear. I think this is a question that goes for both of you, then from a practicing point of view and then from a teaching and guiding point of view. You know, we go to school, right? And then there's math and social studies and history and all that boring stuff. But then, how did you realize that, yes, you know, you have to do the math, you have to do all that stuff, but then what happens when you do the drama and the music? What happens
for
that
me,
point for you?
It adds a little more life into stuff because, yes, math, history, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but drama and music, there's something so beautiful about it because, you know, you could be like internalizing a character and you see yourself in this character and you're just like, wow, this is what drama is about. It's not just about going on stage for the people. It's also about, you know, doing it for yourself and for your enjoyment. Yeah.
What does it do for young people, Ian, when we talk about... This is interesting because last week we had a conversation with a couple of gentlemen who had, you know, gone into production. And the conversation was really around what the expectation is of parents for their young ones when they go to school. You must be a lawyer, doctor, that kind of thing. And we often don't look at the possibilities that lie around a lot of these other, you know, careers.
True, but
So
that is changing now. Before, parents looked down on the arts, you know, and you know, like you said, they wanted somebody to either be a lawyer, a teacher, a doctor, whatever. But the arts, no. But we've got many who are now realizing that the arts play a very big role in the development of children. Think about it. In kindergarten, what do? What's the first thing they do? They sing and they play. Why? Why can't they just start writing? It's because of the things that the arts, drama and music teach children right from very early age. You've heard of the Mozart effect, pregnant women playing classical music to their unborn children. And apparently that does help. So music does play a big role. And as they start singing or acting out, it helps develop themselves. They can get out of their shell if they're shy. Like if you give a child who's afraid of expressing themselves and just use a sock as a puppet and ask them to talk as the sock, as the puppet, they're able to do that. But they don't realize that it's them who are doing it because it's them, you know, playing with a puppet. And it helps bring out character. It helps make their mind bigger and open all sorts of doors for them. Yes.
You see, there's something called the cognitive development of a child, where the child's thinking capacity now expands and opens up. You see, the creative arts gives that child an opportunity to express themselves in the way they know best.
Absolutely.
Now, in so doing, apart from just the self-awareness and the self-confidence that it infuses into the child, every other aspect of that child's growth and development is now then affected. So you actually find that they realize that the sensory aspects of their being are also heightened. So the ability to actually respond to the world in which they live in actually gets better.
It does.
Simply because one of the things that the creative arts does is it gives you many avenues for expressing yourself just beyond talking or gesturing. Yes, because somebody who draws, they're expressing themselves. Somebody who writes, they're expressing themselves. Somebody who is in theater, they're expressing themselves. Someone who in fact sings. We all know what music does for us when we listen to it. Yes. Now imagine a child and a mind that is actually in the throes of development. Just imagine when that is infused into it, and you remove the element of guilt and shame that for the longest time those of us who are Africans would view the art subjects. You mentioned music, you can actually be ostracized from that home completely.
Absolutely.
You talk about theater arts, someone wonders whether there's something absolutely wrong with you. To the point where it's now being embraced and it's understood that it's not an important aspect of the child's growth, it's a crucial part of the development of a growing child.
And it doesn't mean that you're doing drama and music to become an actor or a singer. No. You will use it in life, because things that you learn from, say, music, discipline. If you're learning an instrument, you know you've got to practice. So, like people who do piano, they get up very early in the morning just to do scales. And once you start doing that and they get better, they realize, I got better because of the practice I did. Now, if I use this and practice something else, it will have the same effect. So discipline is one of the things that music teaches. And if somebody does that and moves it into something else, they'll realize, yes. And that's how they'll grow. So in life, they will end up having used whatever they've learned in music and drama wherever they go.
Yeah, you're very passionate about this.
I am.
How did you develop this passion?
Well, I started off just like her.
12 going on 13.
Yes, acting, taking part in all the performing arts, and just developing my talent. And I've continued doing that.
At what point did you decide that this is what you want to do for life?
That was when I was at Phoenix Players. They were doing a musical, and I was asked to audition because they needed tenors, and I did, and I got the role. And after that, I was asked, "Can you come and do another production?" I said yes. Then another, then another, then another. Then finally, James Falkland, who was the managing director, asked me, "Would you like to do this full time?" And that was a time when the arts were being frowned on. So how can I leave a paying job that's giving
What was your
me-
full-time job then?
I was teaching. I was teaching then. How can I leave a job that's got a monthly salary to come into something that's, like the Phoenix is... The reason it's called the Phoenix is that every time it was closing, so it would go into the fire and come out new. Yes. And it came from the ashes of the Donovan Moore Theatre. That's where Phoenix came from. So I thought about it for a good 2.5 minutes, and I said yes.
It didn't take you long.
Long time. A long time.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes. Let's start counting.
The good thing is that I had supportive family. Yes, who said, "Hey, go ahead and do that."
Go ahead.
So
and
I do encourage parents to support their children when it comes to the arts.
Were you teaching the arts even before that?
I used to teach English, art, and also taking part in all the performing arts, music and everything.
Okay.
Yes, which I've continued to do.
So there are people like you who grew up and went into teaching the arts, and you've enjoyed it, and then you went into proper theatre at Phoenix and elsewhere, and you've seen the fruits of that.
Oh, yes.
You've taught very many other people. Have they seen the fruits?
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Here's one. Here's one. She's just back from Russia, taking part in a singing competition for children, where she came third.
What? Tell us
Come
about
on,
that.
talk about that.
Tell us about that.
It was called Our Generation Song Contest 2024. It started last year, and it was an international competition for children. Like 15 countries participated this year. There were countries like India, Belarus, China, Brazil, Mongolia, Kenya, yes. Like a lot of countries participated. It was over the course of a week, and over that week we like got to do bonding time. We had a common song that we sang on the day of the performance.
In Russian?
Yes, in Russian. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know Russian before you boarded the plane?
I knew how to say hi.
Okay, how do you say hi in Russian? We just want to hear.
Привет.
And how do you say no?
Нет.
Нет. Yes. And spasiba. Spasiba.
Spasiba, yes.
Spasiba.
So you
Spasiba
had
is
to
thank
learn
you.
the song
Yes.
In Russian, yes.
and you had to memorize the words and you had to know your voice.
Yes.
Go on.
Like it was so much fun. I really enjoyed, and I made so many friends, and we're still in contact. Like I still talk to all my friends from the competition, and I think Brazil came first with the jury voting, and with the audience voting, Madagascar won. Yes.
So there's a product.
Very, very good. We'll take a break. After the break, Nyabia, you're going to sing.
Ooh.
Right? You can sing in Russian.
Oh, why not?
We'll get it. We'll get it. Ndu.
Yes.
Wealth.Kenya.
wealth.kenya@sc.com. So when you're thinking about it and you're not quite sure what to do, there are folks who will answer your email when you send it to them, and they'll be able to tell you exactly what to do, how to go about it, how to grow your wealth, where you can invest your money around the world in different currencies to ensure that as you live life in the future, you can do so comfortably. So talk to the folks at Priority Banking or Standard Chartered, and remember that email is wealth.kenya@sc.com.
Fantastic. Now, you will tell them how to actually enjoy this weekend through Showmax, because all of them know they enjoy Kenyan productions on Showmax.
Yes.
But before you do that, City, please tell Ian that the next time he's flying, he needs to go business with Emirates.
Look at it this way. People think of traveling as just simply moving from one place to the other in the quickest time possible, perhaps with relative comfort. However, if you are traveling out of the country, specifically out of the country, and you want to actually feel like the travel was not just fun, but an accomplishment and something that made you feel whole, this is what Emirates does for you, especially if you fly business class. Before you get onto the flight, they will provide you the limousine service to take you to the airport. Now, imagine this. You enter a plane and you are welcomed in a way that you've never been welcomed before. If you're tired, you are offered a drink. You're even offered a meal. If you wish to rest, you're not offered a seat which you will recline. No. You are offered a bed. You can actually stretch out fully. And it's not just a bed. You're even offered pajamas with which you can now sleep even sounder. When you wake up and you wish to work, you have Wi-Fi at your beck and call. If you're given to, like me, watching movies, and movies means documentary, sports,
Football.
football,
Football matches,
all those are movies.
moving, yeah.
As long as there are people moving in it, it's a movie, okay? If you wish to hang out with some people and you want to have a drink and a chit-chat, you will actually be able to do that while the plane is in motion, 40,000 feet above sea level. Now that is what Emirates Business Class offers you. So, when you're seeking to travel out of the country, don't just consider, please insist that you want to travel by Emirates Business.
Well, I better.
Just like the juice.
Yes.
You talked about the juice and you gave us the juice. We're now
Yes.
waiting for the
Bus.
tickets. We're now waiting for the tickets.
Yeah, and me, I'm proud of you. You are a man who did well in maths in school and you know how to apply it.
Bus.
That was one. Now give me another one. So you're saying, okay, where's the two?
All right, we'll be back shortly. 28 minutes to 8. Our guest this morning, Ian Bogu, a music and drama teacher at Brookhouse School and a brilliant student from the same school, Nyabia Siake, singer, actor. Keep it here. She will be singing out of this break. Back shortly. Good morning.
What are you singing?
Hii Krisi, sambaza furaha na Safaricom Business.
How many shows of yours are on Showmax now?
My goodness.
I quite a few.
What time do you get? Okay, no, we'll come to you shortly. Yeah. Is it going to be in Swahili, English,
Russian?
French,
Both.
Russian?
No, fine.
We're here.
Okay. I'll be singing Giamini. Yeah. Okay. I used to hide behind the crowd, naficha ndoto zangu, they're out of sight, too afraid to let my colors show. Night chairs are safe, that wasn't my way, oh no. La 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 la, la la la, I'm a star that shines so bright, oh. La 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 la, la la la, you are a star too, you can glow. La 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 la, I'm a star that shines so bright, oh. La 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 la, you are a star too.
Hey.
Right.
Very, very, well done. Very well done. Hey. So how do you identify such talent?
Hey. Well,
Is talent born?
Yes, and it's also nurtured. But it needs a lot of people to nurture it. And I'm really glad that her mother has been, her mom is her number one fan.
Really, yeah?
She's really supported her from day one.
Those are the best
Yes,
ones.
Absolutely.
She's
The
one
mom
who-
is around. We'll ask her to
The
come
mom
in,
is
so we
around.
can
Yes,
just come and wave at
she
people.
has really supported her and given her all these opportunities, and it's paying off, and it will continue to pay off.
I'm sure you've dealt with parents who have come to you and they think that their child has talent.
Oh.
And everybody comes, and I think my child is gifted. I think
Yes.
this one is a singer. And then you listen and you're like, okay.
Yes. Many a
And
times,
then there are
like-
those that don't think, they don't know that their child has talent.
Yes.
And you go to them and you tell them, your child has talent.
There's
Talent
something
for
here,
what?
Yeah.
Can they do calculus? So how do you deal with those both sets of
Well,
parents?
like when I was at Phoenix, I used to have so many parents come and tell me, my son, my daughter did not do well in the exams. Can they come and act? And I used to tell them, acting is not for failures. Because that's the attitude people had.
Hey.
Imagine.
The problem with
So
you,
I tell
you
them,
take things
no.
personally. It's not you. who was
Yeah,
being
it's
insulted.
personal. How can you?
It is not you
How
who
can
was
you
being
say? How can you say acting is for failures, or music? And I used to tell them, no, it is not for failures. It's not something you do because you did not manage to do something else. And then we've got those who think that who think that their children are really good and they're really not. And I asked them to send me a recording of what they can do. And then I advised them nicely to look
calculus.
elsewhere, to do calculus. And then there are others that I work with, and I somehow get the parents to come in and watch them perform. And many are in tears. They're in tears because they can't believe that this is their child. And it really warms my heart when they realize this is a talent that needs to be nurtured. And they do that.
Is there a lot of that? A lot of children who are really talented and passionate
Absolutely.
about the arts.
Absolutely.
And they are hearing school, they're in your class, and they really want to do this. But then there's conflict at home because
Always.
the parents
Always.
don't want this.
Always. What I tell them to do is obey their parents. That's number one. Okay? You have your free time. Do your music, do your acting in your free time. Get your grades up. Do what you like doing in your free time. And one day, your parents will realize how serious you are about it. As long as your grades are good, there's no parent who will tell you not to do what you want. I mean, parents force their children to do like degrees of what they did. And this is just one example of somebody who wanted to do something completely different, but they were forced to do medicine. So they did the 7 years, got the degree, Give them, mum. There's
The degree, yes, your
yes,
degree.
there's the degree you wanted. And they went off to join an airline because that's their passion.
That's all they wanted
That is
all
all they
along.
wanted. Yes. Yes. Parents, yes, can advise their children, but don't insist. Don't insist. And we can't all be doctors and lawyers and what have you. Can you imagine the world without artists?
Boring.
No.
No, we can't. And I'm just, even as you say that, I'm thinking about essentially what makes the world go round is not just these professions that we talk about. And so when you think of some of the nations who use art essentially and use talented people as ambassadors for their nations. I mean, if you think about the United States, for example, one of the first things that you hear about is Hollywood. You do not necessarily hear about, Fort Knox.
No.
You hear about Hollywood first. When you hear about some of the greatest musicians that come out of Europe, some of the greatest musicians that come out of South Africa, for example, and they use those individuals essentially to raise the profile of their nations.
Absolutely.
How far do you see the talent that you have taking you? Not just for you, but I mean, what you can do beyond school. How far do you see that? Do you see, or do you think about that? Or do you think, okay, yeah, well, Brookhouse for now, and then when we're done, we'll do something else. Do you see it taking you much further?
Yes, I do actually. I think I want to continue singing and drama, and I feel like it'll take me somewhere like bigger than this, and I feel like I'll be doing interviews a lot more, and I feel like I can encourage kids like to pursue their talent, and yeah.
What has that done to you? I mean, among your peers, your larger family, your teachers, just the fact that you are so good at singing, so good at acting. You've appeared on a TV series. I mean, you're the superstar of the family.
Yes, for my family, they're really go superstar, nyavia, yeah.
And you feel good about that.
Yeah, I love them. I love them because they encourage me, and they're not sour about it, because like if some of them didn't get the opportunity to do what they wanted to do, they would have just been like, she's not even that good. But they don't. They encourage me, and they yeah.
Does your mom like music?
Yes.
Does she sing?
Okay.
She
We'll
sings.
ask her when she
we
comes
get
in.
We get it.
No, we'll make her sing when she comes in.
We get it. The mom sings.
I got my singing from my dad's side of the family. So my great grandpa, so my dad's grandpa, was a obokana player. That's a traditional Kisi instrument. And then my dad, he sings in the car. Yeah.
Or the shower.
Yeah. My aunt, she is a musical professor at Kenyatta University. And yeah.
So it's something in the family.
Yes.
Right.
I'd like to understand this now. How do you balance this delightful capacity that you have with the other academic requirements that the school has for you?
It's not the only thing that I do. I feel like you can say that music is my best talent, but it's not the only thing I can do. Like I'm pretty good at geography, English, history, math. I'm okay at math.
Okay, that's
Yes, I balance it because that's like, if music doesn't go well, and I'm pretty sure it will, I can have other things to back me up, and that's not the only thing that I have going on for me.
There you go.
And I mostly do my music lessons and stuff like this after school on the weekends. I don't let it overtake all my academics, because I put my academics first, because that's the thing that I do the most, and that's the thing that like universities and stuff will look for, but also music is important.
Indeed.
Yeah.
She's also a school leader.
Yes.
Not surprised.
Yes.
There's something interesting about the times in which we live. The time in which we existed and were young, same time that Ian also existed. Ian, you're not getting away with this one.
Wait, I'm young.
Yes, younger. you are identified by probably a single discipline. But the understanding that human beings are multi-talented, you are on the right path in this sense.
Yes.
You can do many things at the same time as you move along in life. And you can be defined by many things, not just one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Gone are the days where you get into a job and you retire as that. Gone are those days.
But it becomes you.
Yes.
Your job is you.
Yes. But now you've got to do many things. Yes.
And you know, some people we think I've heard sentiments where, you know, they say, okay, so what is it? Drama, get on the stage, just act. If you want to sing, open your mouth and sing. Well, I think maybe a little bit more than that. As we've come to realize, if you want to be involved in some of these activities, also perceptions might be different, Ian, where people say, well, then it is an expensive affair. Not everybody's going to be able to travel to Russia to do to participate in a contest like that. Not everybody's going to be able to attend a school whereby these talents can actually be nurtured. And we'll find that, you know, run of the mill, you know, somebody's walking somewhere where you would expect, even if it's a lower social status or social class, and the talent that resides there is unbelievable. But they don't have an opportunity to be nurtured. How do we deal with that? And I'm looking at it from a national outlook now. You know, where we're taking, I mean, we talk about education all the time and the responsibility that the government has. I'm so sorry, but I just had to bring it. I'm sorry. We can duke it out later, but now we have to look at that seriously, because I think there's a lot of resident talent that's just not tapped. It's not nurtured. How does that happen? How do we work that out?
There is a lot of talent, and they're called underground underground musicians who have a lot of talent, but we hardly ever get to hear them. The beauty of living in the technology world is that we've got social media. So if you go into social media, you will find very many artists who are unknown doing great things. So what I ask people to do is, if you record, and you don't even need an expensive camera to do a video, this
phone
is good enough for you to do a video, and then load it and start tagging people. Out even in the West now, we've got so many artists who have been discovered because of doing TikTok, because of doing videos that were on YouTube. And what does it cost to do that? Virtually nothing. But apart from that, we do need support. The government, absolutely no support. So it would be up to schools and up to firms and up to Ians to bring these people up and give them a platform. Yes.
But Ian, the public school system has the National Drama and Music Festivals, right?
Yes.
That just goes across the country. So across the country, there is a term that people know that this term is for drama.
Music and Drama Festival.
Yes.
And it's something very big every year. But where does that talent go to after that?
That's the question. So what should happen?
What
do you think ought to happen up to that point where, you know, all this talent is actually being nurtured and coming up, and the best then go to perform in front of the president?
And then that's it. That's the end of it. It's sad because that's the end of it until next year. There should be a way of getting all these so-called winners to tour the country and showcase their talent. You never know who's watching. There was a time we used to take troops to China, acrobatic troops to China. That no longer, I don't hear about that now. So we need to recognize that the arts can employ so many youth. Instead of just giving lip service, we need to understand that we're wasting all that talent. Because, like you said, after the drama festival, after they've performed,
then what?
That's the end. That's the end.
Maybe some of them will perform well in KCSE, end up at KU again to go and study the same, and then what?
And then what?
Remember, the immediate former president had this conversation on and off with people who were in the creative arts What became of that?
Nothing.
Oh, dear.
It's talk. Nothing.
Okay.
Surely,
it's
nothing
really-
doesn't mean zero, Ian.
Does nothing mean zero?
Well, nothing good came out of it. It was just talk. It was just talk.
But what is the okay? What does the talk about? What was supposed to have been achieved? Because there were conversations, they were in the public domain, and then people talked about it.
That's just it.
That's just about it.
That's just about it. Just typical politics. Talk, 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 and nothing comes out of it.
What would the government need to do? Let's theorize here for a moment to ensure that something does come out of it.
Take the arts seriously and pump in money. Offer training for actors, for scriptwriters, for directors, for musicians. And start off in every county, places where people can come together, youth can come together and get training and showcase their talent. We've got so many teachers, graduates of music and drama who've graduated, have nowhere to go. This could be a way of making use of them in their own areas. And they bring people together. We can get people to donate even instruments. Ghetto Classics is a perfect example. They've got instruments that have been donated from out of the country. And we've got youth from the slums that have formed an orchestra.
They
Supported
play
by-
really well.
Supported by Safaricom. Now, how many other Safaricoms are there out there?
So we've got the Talanta Academy, right?
Okay, tell me about it.
Initiatives.
What does it do?
So if you think about the initiatives that have come out, and even the president launched this one, the Talanta
Yes.
Academy, right?
Yes.
With Ababu Namwamba, the former
Yes.
CS. And the whole idea was, can we have a national conversation about all these other talents? There's talent in sport, yes, but then there's also talent in performing arts. And the Talanta Academy was then launched. And what do you think this academy should be doing that it's not doing?
Well, what is it doing? Where is it? What have we seen come out of it? Forgive my ignorance.
You're in that space. I thought you'd know.
I don't know of it. I don't know what it's done.
But you've heard of it.
Yes,
What have you heard of it?
just that it was launched and that was about it.
So a lot more needs to be
A
done.
lot more needs
So
to be
that
done.
people like you who are in that space ought to know about it. Because, I mean, if one of the greatest actors in Kenya does not know about Talanta,
There's a problem.
and coaches like you, if you do not really know, then there's something here. There's a disconnect.
There is.
Kipchumba, hear this.
There
so
is,
that's a
there
message to the CS. Kipchumba Murkomen. Nyabia, you're going to sing before we finish. So you have like another 4 minutes to think about it. And as you think about it, answer this question. So you've acted even in a TV series. Tell us about that. How did you get on TV?
So I auditioned for the role, but I think the producer or something, one of her children went to my school, Makini, my old school, and she said, get kids that are talented, make them audition because we need kids for this role. And my principal, she said, can you get Nyabia to like do some scene where she's crying or she's looking sad or something? And my mom, she told me, yeah, just pretend you're crying and pretend you're sad. And I did it, and they sent it to the organizer, and they saw my talent, and then they said, yeah, we want her for this role. And I booked the role for Lila in Zora.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was it watching yourself?
Embarrassing. I did not like it at all.
Perfect. Yes.
Yes. No, that's the way to start.
Yes.
That's the way to start. Every actor, every musician,
Nobody wants
the
to
very
prove
first
themselves.
bit, it's when you watch it much later. Yes. But you have to start somewhere.
But it gave you confidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you now started hearing feedback from other people who've seen you and they're like, oh, you're so good, and you're wondering, are you people normal?
Exactly.
I actually don't
Yeah.
think I'm good at all. And yet everybody else is telling you that you're really, really, really good. that gave you the confidence. As before we finish, Ian, your school, and many people are actually talking about, the Brookhouse School, and it's good that people are going to the website and checking out the school and seeing, okay, so these are the fees, but these are the programs that you also offer.
Yes.
You also do a lot of these plays annually.
Yes.
And Nabia has told us that there's one that you're working on now. What are these about?
Every year we've got plays for all year groups. Every term. Like we've just, the senior play has just finished. It was Shakespeare's
Taming of the
Shrew.
So good.
Today, this morning, we've got the nativity play by the little ones. And then next term we'll have the senior prep doing
The mayor.
the mayor, which is our adaptation of the government inspector. So we always have a play that's going on every term for all the year groups, different year groups, because we believe that the arts play a very, very huge role. And we found out that it really helps even when they're applying for university. It's not just the A. It is what else are you bringing? What else do you have? And universities, once they see you've also done music, you've done acting, you do this, they will say, this is the person we want. So it's that extra. What else are you? Everybody's got an A who's applying.
Yeah.
What makes you different?
Yeah.
It's the arts.
Very good.
Yes.
Do you offer scholarships?
We do have scholarships, yes. We've just done interviews for next year, for the ones who are eligible, and we've just taken. So we do have scholarships, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Coming to the conclusion of this beautiful hour, Nyabia Siake, here's your chance. Take it away. Take us to the end of the hour.
Yes.
What are you going to sing? Or will you act as a crier?
I think I'll sing. Wow.
Oh,
I'm thinking
it
about the
happens.
songs.
No, it does happen when you're told to sing.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
Of course. And then when you leave, you realize, hey, I could have done this, I could have done that.
Like 7 other songs.
Yes.
Let the mom come in, and as you're thinking,
As
of the
you're
songs.
thinking.
Yeah. This camera is gonna pan out so we can see the mom coming in, and take your moment and shine because you have done very well.
She can do a Christmas carol.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which?
The one who sings.
Okay.
As she's thinking about it, take the mic, mom.
Okay.
Take the mic. Yeah, for just like 30 seconds. Yeah. You are not prepared to do this, right?
No.
Your daughter did this. She tells us that you're very good at singing. You don't sing in the bathroom. You sing actually out in the public. We're not going to make you sing. Today is her day to shine.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Maureen, CK. Yeah.
Maureen, you have talent at home.
Yeah.
And it's very good that, you continue nurturing and encouraging such talent to grow, because this is what they need. Like Mwalimu has told us, this is it. This is the job of parents. That's what we have to do. Let the birds fly, right? Because they have places to go.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Nyabia?
Yes.
Okay, go.
I'm going to sing Oh Holy Night. Oh holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh hear the divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night. Oh, night divine.
And I saw Ian timing her to go to hit that key. You never can help yourself, Ian, can you? Thank you very much for joining us. Ian, Maureen, and of course the superstar. It's 2 minutes after 8, time for the news. It's been a lovely hour.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.